Good evening, America. How you guys all doing today? Hey, Tiffany brought up some really awesome questions, and I was able to teach her on some things, and I just really wanted to expose those things. So a lot of this reverts back to addiction, right? And the way society views addiction. And so when I was 7 years old, my mother told me that if I ever were to have a drink of alcohol, that I would not be able to control myself, right? That I basically had alcoholism in my blood, and that I was destined to be a failure if I ever were to drink. Well, I loved my mother, and I bought into this principle. And this is how powerful the mind is, because our perceptions define our reality, okay? And so I bought into this fact. And sure enough, as soon as I got to high school and I started to drink alcohol, I went nuts, right? And I couldn't control myself. And I would have one drink and it would lead to a dozen drinks. And then I started to go through rehabs and treatments and over again and AA, and they would have me, the first rule is having me admit that I'm powerless over alcohol. So what happens in addiction is the treatment facilities and the stuff that we're doing to basically try to cure this is actually furthering the problem, because we must admit that we're powerless. And that's, people believe that they're powerless over their drug addiction or powerless over their alcohol. So when they do drink, they go off the deep end because they have already bought into the fact that they're powerless. Now, when I learned the truth about mind power, right, and I learned the truth about what we are actually capable, that went away. And I knew that I was powerful and I was capable of everything. So what's different? Is my genetics different? No. Do I still have alcoholics in my family? Was my father still an alcoholic? My grandfather? Sure, absolutely. But now I know that I have power. So I can go, you know, out and drink on the weekends and then not touch it again for a month. I can have 1 or 2 drinks and I don't have to get completely hammered. Here's another thing, right? So it's so interesting because the way society has brought us up to say that things are good or bad or right or wrong. Well, when you look at something like that, then you carry around guilt or shame for doing it. So I had viewed that alcohol was very negative, right? I had viewed that alcohol was, you know, very negative. And so for that reason, holy smokes. So for that reason, yeah, I totally lost my train of thought. Jeez. So, yeah. Sorry, getting messages and stuff. This is a really important message, so I'm just going to keep on rolling with it, okay? So, for that reason, I had viewed it as a negative, and I had viewed it as a bad thing. And so, when I would drink, I would hide it, right? And I wouldn't want to tell people because I thought that they would view me in a negative way. Well, when I learned that there is no good, bad, right, wrong, or indifferent, all that went out the window. And you know what else went out the window with it? My ability to control the substances I use. And now I truly believe that anything and everything can be profitable in moderation. How you view something defines the reality of what it becomes in your life. This is Tyson James Lee, reminding each and every one of you to be about that fucking action, boss.